Have you ever discovered that someone from your past, someone you haven't thought about in years, is still carrying jealousy, bitterness, or resentment towards you? Have you ever gotten a phone call that made you stop in your tracks, not because of drama, but because you could hear the pain in someone else's voice? Because today I had one of those conversations, a conversation with someone I've known since childhood, someone from my beautiful island of St. Croix, someone I love dearly. And what that conversation reminded me is this: adult bullying, oh, it's real. Jealousy doesn't magically disappear because people get older. It just doesn't. Some people age, but they never heal. And hurt people hurt people. And in today's video, we're having a real conversation about adult bullying, jealousy that lasts for decades. Fake friendships, we're talking about that now, right? Protecting your peace, and why some grown people are still acting like high school never ended. So grab a snack and come on back and let's get into this one. Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Lexi, and this is a space that is rooted in love always, healing, spirituality, empowerment, truth, and honest conversations about life. And today's conversation is deeply personal. It's deeply personal because this morning I had a conversation with a dear friend who I've known since a little girl. And growing up in St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands, one of my dearest and nearest. We don't talk every single day, but we reach out every now and again. And, life happened, right? Time passed. But when we connected this morning, it felt like no time had passed at all. No time. I remember that sweet young lady. And isn't that how real friendship feels? That's how it should feel. But when she shared with me and opened up about, a much bigger conversation, one about jealousy, about bullying, about fake friendships, and one about the painful truth that some people grow older, right, without ever growing emotionally. So let's talk about it. So this morning, I got a phone call from someone I've known for decades, my beautiful, beautiful dear love, and someone whose heart I know, and someone whose family I know and I love and cherish. Someone whose life intersects with pieces of my own history, most definitely. We did a lot of things together back then. We had so much fun. And during our conversation, she told me that she's been watching my channel, and that really touched me. Because sometimes, you never know who's quietly cheering you on. You never know. And I'm always cheering her on from the sidelines, always. So sometimes the people that you least expect are rooting for you, right? Rooting for you from the sidelines, and it's amazing. And that means a lot to me. But then the conversation shifted. And when she shared with me, what she shared with me, actually, it just broke my heart. And because she's dealing with something that no grown adult should have to deal with. No grown adult. Bullying, been there, still dealing with that mess. harassment, dealing with that every day. Emotional attacks, dealing with that too. People inserting themselves where they don't belong. Well, that's a big one. That's a big one. People stirring up drama. People behaving in ways that feel immature, cruel, and honestly exhausting. And, I sat here thinking, how are we still doing this? How are we still doing this? This young lady, she's only a couple years maybe younger than me. We might even be the same age. I can't remember. I always remember her just being such a sweetie, right? And, at this age, like, really? Are we still doing this mess? Really? Well, I know we are, because this happens to me every day here on this platform, right? Adult bullying is very real. It's very real. People love to pretend that bullying is something that children do. No. Children may bully, but grown adults, some of them, they perfect it, okay? It just looks different. Instead of playground whispers, it becomes gossip. Instead of passing notes, it becomes screenshots and sound bites. Instead of hallway exclusion, it becomes social isolation. Instead of childish cruelty, it becomes strategic manipulation and narrative changing. Adult bullying, it can be very subtle and it can be spiritual, right? It can be emotional and it can be social. And sometimes the people doing it, they smile right in your face. Like, good grief. Jealousy doesn't expire with age. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. And this is where I just need us to be honest, right? Because jealousy does not automatically disappear when we get older. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Some people are carrying wounds from childhood. They compare themselves to you. They feel like neglected, right? And that has nothing to do with you. Feeling overlooked, feeling less than, and feeling like life gave somebody else what they wanted. Because they see you happy. They see the love and light shining down on you. They see the people who support you, who love you. And they know that they can't get through to those people to break that chain. Not at all. Not at all. So instead of healing, they weaponize. They weaponize that pain. They weaponize it. It's the people who are hurt that do the most damage. I can't help it if you don't have friends. I can't help it if you have inserted yourself into somebody else's business and expect me to apologize to you. I can't help that. I can't help that, right? I can't help it if you have friends who are ignorant. But all of that doesn't excuse the behavior. It doesn't. But it explains some of it, because healed people do not spend their lives obsessing over other people. We don't. Healed people don't stalk peace. They don't do that. Healed people don't attack joy. No. Healed people don't build community through cruelty. That's not a thing. And if you've been here for a while, right? Let me just tell you my own experience. You know that I've experienced some ugliness myself. Cruelty, online harassment, attacks, supporters being bothered with people coming into their live streams and, or them going and messaging supporters and saying, block her, don't talk to her, don't support her. The people who support me and rock with me are for me. They're not listening to any of that mess. Not at all. You're never going to break that bond. You're never going to break that bond at all. People trying to disrupt peace, they do it every day. And, I just want to say this, right? I just want to say something that says far more about them than it does about me and than it does about you. Right? You know that. You know that already. Because peaceful people are not sitting around plotting chaos. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. People rooted in joy are not building platforms based on bitterness. They're just not. They're just not. That's not how healed souls move around. It's not how we move at all. And, you know, you got to have some faith and discernment, right? You really have to. And this is where the faith, it matters. It matters. Because not everyone watching you supports you. They don't. They really don't. Not everyone smiling with you is happy for you. Absolutely not. That animosity, it runs deep. It runs deep. Not everyone praying near you is praying for you. Believe that. And then you don't want them to anyway, because you don't even know who they pray to. That part. That's why discernment matters. That's why boundaries matter. And that's why peace matters. For me, my faith is my anchor. It always has been. You know, thank God for my beautiful Jewel Morales. She instilled that in me, if nothing else, and I have instilled that in my daughter. Faith matters. It matters. God has carried me through too much for me to let bitterness rent space in my spirit. Absolutely not. No, no, and no. No, ma'am, and no, sir. It's not happening. It's not happening. But the real lesson here is, you know, what I want everybody watching this to hear is if someone is committed to misunderstanding you, let them. Let them. Have you read the Mel Robbins book, The Let Them Theory? Let them. If someone needs you to be the villain in their story, let them. Let them. If someone is determined to gossip, let them gossip. But protect your peace. Protect your peace at all costs. Protect your nervous system, especially. Protect your joy. Protect your spirit, because peace is expensive. And not everybody gets access. They don't. Peace threatens people who are at war with themselves. Remember that. Remember that. Joy irritates people committed to bitterness. It really does, because they can't stand it. Why is she always so happy? What's going on with her? Right? Because I know who has my back. That's why. Healing exposes people who refuse to do their own work. Do that mirror work, honey. Do that mirror work, boo. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. And they can't do that. They can't. They can't do it. And if someone has carried resentment towards you for years or months or weeks or days, that's not your burden. It's not. That's theirs. That's theirs. So keep healing. Keep shining. Keep living, beloved. And most importantly, protect your peace. Protect it at all cost, because your peace is sacred. Just like mine is. It's sacred. So on that note, that's the end of this video. I hope that something resonated with you in this video, and if not, that's fine. Leave it for somebody else. Not everything is for everybody. Just like not everyone is meant to be surrounded by everybody. So remember that. And I just want you to know, as always, I love you plenty. I see you. I truly do. You know that I do. And I'm so proud of you. And I thank you so much for resonating with this content that I'm putting out lately, because it means a lot to me. This is the truth of the matter. This is what we talk about here. we get into all life's messy moments. So, on that note, we'll be coming back with the letter R in our ABCs of toxic friendships and relationships. So look out for that. And I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.